Going on, guys? Camp here, and just another like kill confirmed game on Slums. It's like probably one of my best maps as far as like doing well in this game mode or whatever. I guess really like this hijacked and I don't know, maybe standoff are probably like the three maps I play the most, or at least like play well the most on. Anyway, I haven't really done a commentary in a while. Kind of just been working a lot, and fortunately, I haven't had to really like travel too much recently. I guess it's been since the middle of April or whatever. I've kind of been in the U.S. Basically finished this project in Mexico. I have to go back in like October to do some upgrades to their system, but for the most part, yeah, it's pretty much done. So kind of happy about that. Really started to hate that country for the most part. I mean, not hate and like I hate Mexicans or anything, but just like being there for weeks on end. I did a lot of trips that were like 6 weeks long, or maybe even longer, or whatever. But some of the other stuff going on in my life. Actually, my birthday is coming up in about like 3 weeks, I think, exactly like 3 weeks or whatever. So that's kind of like crazy. Gonna be turning 28, so that's kind of weird. I got a promotion, which is pretty sweet. I mean, I'm making a lot more money, probably. Well, I don't really want to talk about numbers or whatever, but let's just say like a lot more. um, and then like part of that promotion was that like I wouldn't have to travel as much anymore. So we'll see how that goes. They've said this before or whatever, but I'm supposed to start like grad school part time in the fall. So I can't travel if I'm trying to do that and like succeed at it or whatever. So hopefully they hold true to that promise or whatever, and you can just kind of like chill out. Well, not really chill out, but like stay in the country and do homework and whatnot. I think like the degree in particular I'm interested in is called like embedded system design. So basically, whenever you talk about digital control systems, they're usually running on an embedded chip, say like a microprocessor or an FPGA, something of that nature, maybe a digital signal processor. In our case, we use all three of those for our control system, so it's kind of important to know sort of how they're programmed and whatnot. And each one sort of has its own, I guess, language, you would say. So, for example, like digital signal processors, you write C code for. FPGAs, you use a hardware description language like Verilog or VHDL. And then microprocessors have their own language. It can either be proprietary, like in other words, you guys write your own language and just have a compiler that speaks with the operating system that runs on it, or you can write in its native language, which is usually called like assembler. I think there's also some methods of writing C code for it and then down compiling that to, I guess, what they would call assembler language or whatever. So that's like another option. But so the degree for the most part is just like learning how to control each of these types of interfaces, and write various types of programs to, I don't know, I guess achieve some goal. So that's probably gonna take a lot of time away from whatever else I'm doing in my life. I guess in addition to that, I'm also probably going to be moving in with my brother soon. He is getting like a divorce from his wife, and he can't really like pay the mortgage right now. So probably end up just living there for like a couple of months, maybe like 2 months. and then probably end up moving in with a couple of my other friends that live in the area that they're trying to get a house in like August or something like that. So yeah, I mean that's pretty much all that's really been going on in my life. I mean it's a lot of shit that's happening or whatever, but um, beyond that, I don't know. I'm just kind of cruising through, trying to get work done, and stuff's still pretty crazy. I mean, we hired a bunch of people, but they're not really like helpful, I guess, at this point. Mainly because when you get into the kind of stuff that we do, unless you're like extremely experienced in that background, you really have no idea what's going on, and it usually takes like a minimum 6 months before you can really figure out what's happening. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully they're contributors in the future. Just one quick thing I wanted to say about this game or whatever is probably like 3 weeks ago, maybe 2 weeks ago, I started using this Type 25 assault rifle, and I guess I used it like originally in the beginning of the game before the buff or whatever, and I was not like really all that impressed with it. But after that assault rifle buff, man, this thing is pretty goddamn ridiculous. And the submachine guns are nowhere near as good as they used to be, at least in my opinion or whatever. So I pretty much just like run around with this thing, and I'll try to like switch it up or whatever. But it just seems like every time I'm not doing too well, like you saw in the beginning of this match, I was like 6-7. I, I just switch to this thing and just like rape people. So I don't know. I'm just having a lot of fun using this gun, and we'll see what happens from there. But anyway, yeah, I guess final score is like 65-10 or something like that. So hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll catch up with you next time.